Good morning. I am D. Sengotayan, Assistant Professor of Physics, SNS College Technology, Coimbatore. Today, our title is Non-Testative Testing, DT based non-testative testing. So, design thinking, we all know that 5 different stages. So, we have to identify the empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and testing. So, empathy part in non-testative testing, testing the material without any damage or using different types of testing methods. So, for example, ultrasonic testing, magnetic particle testing, liquid or dye penetrant testing. So, these all are the example for non-testative testing methods. So, here we are going to studying about magnetic particle testing. So, in NTT, the empathy part of this NTT testing methods in order to evaluate the component without causing any damages. So, this is principle of non-testative testing. So, non-testative testing or non-testative inspection, non-testative evaluation, these are the different types of titles used for NTT methods. So, it is highly valuable techniques that can solve the sample without any damage. So, we can save both money and time in product evaluation. So, the first part is define. So, non-testative testing is the process of inspecting, testing and evaluating the material, components for discontinuities. So, without destroying the material or sample. So, in other words, when the inspection of test is completed, the part can still be used. Then ideas or types of NTT methods. So, liquid dye penetrant testing, magnetic particle testing, ultrasonic testing and radiography testing. Then we are going to studying about magnetic particle testing. So, we all know that magnetic particles, so there are different types of magnetism, diaphragm and ferromagnetism. So, this testing method in magnetic particle testing method is mainly used for ferromagnetic materials. So, ferromagnetic materials, other name is very strong magnet. So, it will absorb the magnetic particles very strongly. So, this testing mainly applicable for ferromagnet. So, test method for the detection of surface, then ferromagnetic materials, magnetic field induced in component, then some changes in the magnetic flux. If a ferromagnetic material or very strong magnet placed in a magnetic field or current carrying conductor, when we will find out the small change or defect inside the material, then the magnetic flux also changed. So, defects will revealed by applying the ferromagnetic particles. So, very simple, by applying magnetic particles, if we find out the any changes or any discrepancies, any damage inside the material, inner layer or outer layer, the particle also stays that particular area, then we will find out the defect, the particular length or breadth also measured by using the size of the material. Also defect also identified by using magnetic particle testing. So, principle of magnetic particle testing, very simple. The magnetized the specimen to a magnetic flux density, then applying ferromagnetic particles over the surface. If we find out any changes, the particle absorption also identified. Without defect, the flow of the diagram shows that with defect and without defect. Then if we find out the small amount of defect inside the material, then flux leakages, then changes inside the material. Okay, magnetic prototype of magnetic particle testing technique. The diagram shows that the example for magnetic particle testing methods. So, demonstration, inspection, applying the magnetic particles, and finally detect is finding inside the material. Then magnetic particle testing techniques. The diagram, the table shows that control check the level identified by using different types of magnetic materials. So, the first column shows that the level of efficiency, current flow, magnetic flow, then tank level, then UV light, then second one shows that the duration and finally requirement. So, finally magnetic particle testing technique. So, we will find out the defect by using magnetic particles by using different types of magnetic materials. Then the advantages for magnetic particle testing, that means we'll detect some subsurface defects, then simple to understand, then pre-cleaning not as critical, then we'll work through the coatings, then direct testing method. Okay, the finally we will find out the defect by using magnetic particle testing. This testing is one of the important methods for NTT. So finally our aim is checking or testing the material without any damage. Thank you.